Alright guys, welcome to the channel. This is my first video on YouTube, and quite frankly guys, I didn't want to come to the internet and make a video about this, but something's just telling me like that I have to. Like, what the f is going on? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So let me just remind everybody that social media, the internet, is not real life. Anyways, you clicked on this video obviously to see what we're going to be talking about today. But before the video starts, I want you guys to please leave a like and a comment. Go ahead and subscribe, share with your friends. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let me know how I did on my first video. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, get comfy, and get ready to enjoy the show. So if there's one thing I've noticed within the past 5 years of me working out, it's definitely the fact that times have changed. But even before that, even before I started working out, I've always followed Instagram fitness all the way back in 2014. If I compare 2014 up till now, times have definitely changed, you could say. You know, companies like Gymshark are doing a complete 180 from what they were originally going for. You know, things are a little bit more diverse. There's more body positivity. There's a lot more younger teens that are open about taking SARMs. There's channels dedicated to exposing the fitness industry as a whole. I never really thought it would get to this point, despite the fact that the industry has become so saturated with so many different types of content. The most popular types of videos that you'll find on YouTube or Instagram are nattyornot videos, as well as videos of people using Photoshop, which leads me to today's video. So I'll be giving my reaction to Goob trying to expose Anton. For those who don't already know, Goob is a content creator on Instagram who primarily makes videos exposing people for using Photoshop, as well as doing things that they shouldn't be doing and are somehow tied to the industry. Anyways, so let's just watch the video now.
Hey Ross.
What's up, John?
You ever just meet somebody or see somebody on stage and it just doesn't make any sense? Me too. So guys, this is Anton. I had the pleasure of being at Eastern USA's this weekend and he was competing there. What I saw on stage will scar me forever.
Now, John, what part of your body scarred you?
My eyeballs. So, I mean, this guy, he was super hyped. He posts all these crazy photos and like, I've looked at him to see if he edits before and not really spent a lot of time on it. But that time is now. Anton, welcome to the show. So first off, let's dissect this one. Do you guys remember Ethan Wynn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy doing the click drag thing. I showed you guys how to edit your photos like this. This is what the photo is like with the correct aspect ratio. This is what it's like with the click and drag.
Bullshit!
And this is what Anton looks like on Instagram. I mean, I had kids in the audience that were telling me about this guy. They were like excited for him. They're like, yeah, he's like C-bum. He's the next thing coming. C-bum, they said. C-bum my ass. That's
more like A-bum.
That's me, but...
Bro, we're gonna see you on stage. Why do this, bro? I thought it was your little brother.
These kids were showing me these photos in the audience, and I was like, wow, this kid's gonna stomp people. And then I realized it was just adobegains.
Bro.
Dude, like, you can't do this and think you're gonna get away with it. So hey, Anton, send me the raw image file of this one and the other one that I featured. And if they're unedited, I'll take my video down.
And send me the protocol.
Send me the protocol.
So based on that footage, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think Anton was completely off Photoshop and then the show revealed what he actually looks like? Or did he Photoshop and flopped at the show because of a bad prep? For somebody like Goob to consider himself a professional in the industry, I was honestly really disappointed with this video. I honestly expected more from somebody who regularly exposes people for manipulating their photos. But if you open your eyes, you could clearly see that Anton is very depleted for this show. Just the change in overall mass and body composition, it's so easy to see. Yet you have Goob's cult-like follower base, because Goob is always right. You have Goob's cult-like followers being toxic in the comment section, as well as Anton's posts. To this day, it just doesn't make any sense to be so obsessed with what people post on Instagram. This actually reminds me of the result from Nick's Strength and Powers prep that he did for his first bodybuilding show. So I'll go ahead and post the clips of that so you could see.
And this is where I got down into the low 180s, high 170s at the lowest. As you can tell, I had a fairly good amount of muscle when I was cutting down at this point. I probably shouldn't have cut down any further. I probably shouldn't have ever done this bodybuilding show because I lost so much damn muscle in the process. Here I am at the very beginning of my prep. I'm probably weighing about 175-ish there. Here I am about halfway through my prep. I'm probably weighing about 160-ish here. Now here we're getting to a couple days to a day before my show. In these photos, I'm weighing low 140s. Yes, you heard that right. I absolutely starved myself for the show, and I severely regret it because I feel like I lost way too much muscle in the process. And here's a week after the show, after a week of refeeding, and I weighed about 100 and high 150s, low 160s maybe.
Wow. I didn't know editing was this much work. Do I really need to say anymore? Do I really need to say anything else? Well, that's not even counting the fact of the response. The response had all the footage, all the photos that was requested, and still nothing was done. I get that we're all trying to make content. The problem I have is if you're going to call somebody out for being dishonest about the way they look on social media, yet the video you make is equally as dishonest, that's where I have an issue. If you would have took 5 minutes out of your day to find live footage of Anton, you would have found it, but you didn't. You have all these followers that are a bunch of NPCs that can't actually think for themselves, which gives you an ego to think you're always right when you're not. And when the people who can actually think for themselves call you out and say you're wrong, the only response you give is that we're a bunch of 16-year-old kids that don't bench 225 and don't do coaching. Instead of actually trying to look at your mistakes, you're just being delusional. At the same time, I understand if you would have found the footage and incorporated it into your video, it would have completely destroyed the points you made as well as the integrity of your video. So I genuinely believe that Anton was wrongfully attacked for what he did on social media, because sure, he used the best pictures with the best lighting, the best angles. It doesn't even have to be fitness. Everybody does this. But people in fitness get upset because they believe, oh no, we can't allow that anymore. It's misleading. It's not good for the industry. And it just doesn't make any sense. Because when I look back in 2014, 2016, Instagram was a juicy place to be. So if you've been around that long, you probably know who this is. Does he look familiar? Have you seen him before? Have you seen this company before? Well, let me tell you, Devin Physique, or Devin Zimmerman, was one of the first, if not the first, to market himself in a way that we now know as influencer marketing. This made so much money back then, as no other companies were doing this at this time. At the same time, Devin would also Photoshop his pictures in a way that I just never thought was possible. I mean, look at it. Look at it. How is this even? How did you even learn that's, yeah, aside from being on drugs, which will eventually lead to his downfall, as this is not something that is normal at this time. Many others would follow in his footsteps, leading to present day, and it's never gonna stop. I know, believe me, I know the counter argument that people are gonna give me, or they're gonna leave in the comments. But they're selling a false image to sell their programs and supplements! They're selling a false image! That's not how we look in real life! That shouldn't be okay! That's not good! You're misleading all the beginners that are barely getting into working out! Well, no shit. Anytime you get put in a position where your professional career relies on your body image or your physical performance, you are going to do anything you can to make the best possible version of yourself appeal to others. It's that simple. You're gonna use Photoshop. You're gonna use drugs if you want. You know, you're gonna do every possible thing you can to stand out from everybody else. And you know, quite frankly, there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, what you see online is not real life. The real problem is the people that are so naive. It's not their fault, but people that are so naive and unaware of the reality of the fact that people are willing to do anything they need to do in order to reach their goals. And the people who are actively exposing these things are the kinds of people who don't follow the same goal or lifestyle. It's that simple. That's the video for today. Please like the fucking video. If you don't like the video and share the video, then that's messed up, bro. This is my first video. It took me so long to make this video, bro. I've never edited in my life. But if you stayed here till the end, thanks for watching my first video, and let me know what you want to see in the future. It could be anything, because this is not a fitness channel, even though this video is about fitness.
At the end of the day, you can do whatever the fuck you wanna do.
You can do whatever the fuck you wanna do.
You can do whatever the fuck you wanna do.